Chapter 25 of The Pirate's Own Book. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Michelle Crandall. The Pirate's Own Book by Charles Elms. Chapter 25. The Life and Exploits of Anne Bonney. This female pirate was a native of Cork. Her father was an attorney, and, by his activity in business, rose to considerable respectability in that place. Anne was the fruit of an unlawful connection with his own servant maid, with whom he afterwards eloped to America, leaving his own affectionate and lawful wife. He settled at Carolina, and for some time followed his own profession, but soon commenced merchant, and was so successful as to purchase a considerable plantation. There he lived with his servant in the character of his wife, but she dying, his daughter Anne superintended the domestic affairs of her father. During her residence with her parent, she was supposed to have a considerable fortune, and was accordingly addressed by young men of respectable situations in life. It happened with Anne, however, as with many others of her youth and sex, that her feelings, and not her interest, determined her choice of a husband. She married a young sailor without a shilling. The avaricious father was so enraged that, deaf to the feelings of a parent, he turned his own child out of doors. Upon this cruel usage, and the disappointment of her fortune, Anne and her husband sailed for the island of Providence, in the hope of gaining employment. Acting a part very different from that of Mary Read, Anne's affections were soon estranged from her husband by Captain Rackham, and, eloping with him, she went to sea in men's clothes. Proving with child, the captain put her on shore, and entrusted her to the care of some friends until her recovery, when she again accompanied him in his expeditions. Upon the king's proclamation offering a pardon to all pirates, he surrendered, and went into the privateering business, as we have related before. He, however, soon embraced an opportunity to return to his favorite employment. In all his piratical exploits, Anne accompanied him, and, as we have already recorded, displayed such courage and intrepidity that she, along with Mary Read and a seaman, were the last three who remained on board when the vessel was taken. Anne was known to many of the planters in Jamaica, who remembered to have seen her in her father's house, and they were disposed to intercede in her behalf. Her unprincipled conduct, in leaving her own husband and in forming an illicit connection with Rackham, tended, however, to render her friends less active. By a special favour, Rackham was permitted to visit her the day before he was executed, but, instead of condoling with him on an account of his sad fate, she only observed that she was sorry to see him there, but, if he had fought like a man, he needed not have been hanged like a dog. Being with child, she remained in prison until her recovery, was reprieved from time to time, and though we cannot communicate to our readers any particulars of her future life, or the manner of her death, yet it is certain that she was not executed. End of chapter 25. Recording by Michelle Crandall, Fremont, California, September 2008.